Our first guest is a transformational coach and philanthropist who, through her personal journey of healing and service, has traveled across the globe, empowering the lives of others. She offers a unique blend of healing modalities that include meditation, Reiki, and sound bathing to support her coaching practice. Her empowerment workshops and retreats provide individuals with opportunities to learn how to navigate through emotional pain and grief, allowing them to embark on their journey of healing and self discovery. And joining us now to share more, we welcome back to Open transformational coach and philanthropist Iris Soto. Hello and welcome. Oh, namaste to you,
Nice to be
sis.
here. Thank you for the honor.
It's so nice to have you here. And it was so important for us to have you here right off of your latest experience. Now, I kind of gave everybody some insight as to all the services you offer. However, I do want us to start off with this adventure you just came off of what was it, a 10-day silent meditation retreat. And I think it's important for our viewers to understand that while you're offering these services, you're actually exploring and experimenting and providing them for yourself first. So talk to me about what it takes to be silent for 10 days, sis. OMG.
It was the hardest thing I've done. I mean, I'm a chatterbox. I love to talk. And to be in silent, complete noble silence for 10 days was absolutely painful but yet empowering experience.
Okay, so it was a retreat. So I'm going to assume you were on some, vast greenery in which you can go and explore and be one with nature and be around individuals. And how are you guys communicating? Like was it a form of communication through the eyes? Please do share what came up for you.
It was specifically called a Vipassana retreat, silent retreat. This is an all Buddhist practice that encourages one to sit with the mind, to be in communication with your thoughts, with your behaviors, with your cravings, and so much more. And learning how to differentiate your attachments and your aversions. And so they take your phones. There's no books, there's no writing, there's no journaling. It's just completely just you, one with the mind. And so in this space, the mind does what it does. So this is a form of purging. And so thoughts are coming up, pain is coming up, suffering is coming up. And sitting in complete stillness, silence and stillness is a good match to really connect with that pain and that suffering and be able to notice the impermanence of that pain and suffering, as well as encouraging you to be with it, to face it, to learn that it's ever changing, and settling. And so once you learn and you understand deeply and profoundly where that pain and that suffering is coming from, it allows you to mitigate those cravings, those behaviors, the decisions you make, who you are, how you move forward. And so it was profound in that way, in so many ways. And I will say that I had so many, the first 3 days, by the way, is sort of a training called Anapana, which is be mindfulness of your breath. And so it's not like the mindfulness meditation where I just connect with my breath from here and here, but just here. The inhaling and exhaling of your breath through specifically the bottom of your nostrils and feeling the sensations here at the bottom, at the top of your lip. And so that was what that training was for 3 days before it actually goes into Vipassana, which is then now you're trained on how to calm the mind with the breath. And the Vipassana then goes into scanning the sensations in your body.
Ay, Dios mío,
And
for
in my
10 days.
for 10 days, and in my
I'm sitting here.
experience,
Oh
oh
my
my God,
gosh.
even the first day that the Vipassana started,
Okay.
I started feeling anger. Anger started coming up, and I couldn't move. We there for 2 hours. I couldn't move, and my mind, I was screaming in my head, "What am I doing here?" The aversion that comes up, the rejection of not wanting to face that anger, was so palpable, and I was connected to my suffering in that moment.
So I have to ask you, having gone through all of that and having and being with yourself on such a profound level and acknowledging that, at some point you were struggling internally because you thought maybe you made a mistake, and pretty much you were already at the point of no return, and having made this commitment to yourself and completing it. What shifted for you? How you gave us the first 3 days. You gave us some insight as to where your inner battles were actually leading you, right? And then at some point you applied whatever it is that they taught you to get through the next days. And I'm just, I'm in awe just listening to you, and I can feel the struggles that you must have gone through, but I also can see how enlightened you are just in your being sitting here, which is why I was like, oh my gosh, we got to get her on now, right?
It was
Off of
not
the retreat.
easy, and some people actually, they did give up. It was about 100 plus folks. Men are separated from the women, and I was so proud to see so many, much more men than women. It's usually, in my experience, I don't see a lot of, I have not seen a lot of men tuning into their healing process and their path, but it was nice to see that that is already happening. And so some people do give up, and I was there. I was adamant that I was going to stick to it.
Right.
I will say, however, that I had already been on my healing path and my healing process,
Right.
and there are other things that I had done to put in place
Right.
in order to come into this Vipassana.
Right.
With,
Like you were able to
yes,
apply,
yes,
right? Indirectly,
yes,
right?
yes.
Which is one of the things that I really admire about you and your coaching services and even the retreats that you coordinate. And I want to make sure before we run out of time that we talk about the fact that you go into these explorations yourself independently, so that you're actually coming from a place of experience, a place of knowledge, not from a place of study. Not that there's anything wrong with people studying and then applying it, but it's different. It's a different experience when you're coming under the coaching services of someone who actually went to India, and I understand you're going to Africa next.
Yes.
So let's just really quickly sum it up into how you're able to apply, also coming from a nursing background and your philanthropic work, and it's all meshed together, but you're very, very meticulous in the way you put things together.
I have been able and fortunate to listen to myself, to follow my intuition. It's a calling, and so I don't ignore it. I step into it even if I'm fearful of it. And I do believe that in order to help my clients, I need to have experienced things myself. There's no way that I can help you heal if I have not healed myself. And so I make it my business to continue my personal growth in the healing, in the spirituality, and so on, so that I can then bring that out not just to my clients, but to be to contribute in that way. There's nothing that I really need to do. But once we become who we truly are, once we become that person in our core, we can step into the world just knowing that in itself is a big contribution.
It is a big contribution, and I have so much admiration for you, because
Thank you.
on a personal note, I think it's a lot more empowering to work with someone who exposes their vulnerabilities.
Absolutely.
So thank you for bringing it here.
Thank you
and
for having
discussing
me.
it openly.
It was great.
I know we have to do a part 2 because we're out of time,
Yes.
and I want to continue
I brought this
in
for
this
you,
conversation.
by the way. It's a little gift.
A gift
From the heart. A gift from the heart.
A gift from the heart.
Yes.
You always give the greatest gifts. And so I'm going to open this gift before we go to break, if you guys don't mind. This is a magic wand, mi gente.
This is a selenite
A selenite crystal, oversized. I have them like this big.
It wards off, yes, it wards off negative energy. So I call it the Mac Daddy of all crystals because it charges all your other crystals, by the way. There's something else in here. This is from Palo Santo bracelet.
Oh,
This is a Palo
nice.
Santo. You can smell it.
Oh,
It's from
nice.
Peru, blessed
Not
by
to
the
burn it, though.
shaman.
No burning, no
No, but that will help you stay with the positive energy that you already have.
Love it.
And
Thank
so,
you.
sure, thank you for having me.
No, thank you. Oh my gosh, I got a wand, mi gente. Oh, I wish we could have chatted more. Iris Soto, obviously, I'm very fond of her. And if you guys are interested in taking a healing workshop or retreat with her, you can email her at irisjsoto@aol.com. irisjsoto@aol.com. All right, stay tuned. There's more open when we return.